We have a big matchup this weekend. The number 4 Ohio State Buckeyes travel to Happy Valley to take on the third-ranked Penn State Nittany Lions. There's a lot on the line this game. Big Ten championship hopes and playoff hopes as well, especially for the Ohio State Buckeyes. Earlier this year, they lost to now number 1 ranked Oregon, and if they lose to Penn State, they will not be going to the Big Ten championship game. So there's one goal shot that they made at the beginning of the season, and they could be knocking on the door for the college football playoff once again. Another aspect to look at this game is James Franklin and Ryan Day are allergic to top 5 teams. Ryan Day is 1-5 versus top 5 teams. His last win against a top 5 team was against the Clemson Tigers in the 2020 college football playoffs. And James Franklin is 1-8 against top 5 teams. His last win, 2016 Happy Valley against the Ohio State Buckeyes. Hasn't beaten Ohio State since, so can he snap the losing streak? But before I give the keys to win and my prediction, let's look at the stats. Ohio State offense versus Penn State defense. Ohio State has a 9th ranked offense in the country, averaging 471 yards per game. Penn State, the 4th ranked defense in the country, giving up 267.6 yards per game. Pass offense, 22nd in the country for Ohio State, 283 yards per game, averaging. Penn State's passing defense, 18th ranked, giving up 174.6 yards per game. Run offense for Ohio State, 35th in the country, 188 yards per game. One thing that has been concerning, is the rushing offense. The last 2 games, Oregon, then Nebraska, they haven't been able to eclipse 80 yards. It's been a big blow, losing Josh Simmons. A lot of their big runs were between him and Donovan Jackson. They haven't figured out with Mahalski, so I feel like that they're going to have to really rely on Will Howard this game, unless they got everything taken care of in practice. Because Penn State has the 8th ranked rushing defense in the country, only giving up 93 yards per game. So again, hopefully they have it all Ohio State has it all figured out with their offensive line. Ohio State's 3rd down conversion, they are ranked 37th in the country. Out of 82 attempts, 36 have been successful. Penn State's 3rd down defense, 26th in the country. Out of 95 attempts, 31 have been successful against them. Sacks allowed. Ohio State has given up 7 sacks, and they're 13th in the country. They really need to account for Abdul Carter this game. Mahalski looked bad last game. He got blown away, fell down, you name it, it happened. So, Penn State has, in team sacks, they have 14 for the season, average 2 per game. The key to this, exploit OSU's line just like Nebraska did. Again, that left side of the line. If Mahalski's in, they should exploit it big time. And they more than likely will. Again, Mahalski did not look good at all. And, Abdul Carter, out of his 14 sacks, he's had 4 sacks. Ohio State's red zone offense, 2nd in the country, been very efficient in the red zone. 100% of their attempts have been successful, and most of them have been passing. Penn State's red zone defense ranked 27th in the country. Time possession for Ohio State, 61st in the country. I think averaging 28 minutes per game. Penn State's offense versus Ohio State's defense. Penn State has a 13th ranked offense, averaging 463.7 yards per game. Ohio State has the 2nd ranked defense of the country, giving up 254.4 yards per game. Something to note, they gave up over 500 yards versus the last top 5 team they played. And if you're really looking at Jim Knowles' defense overall, the games that he's faced the top 5 team, Michigan twice, Georgia, and then Oregon, given up over 400 yards. 400 yards. Got to fix it. Got to get pressure to the quarterback. Got to convert that pressure into sacks. He just cannot rely on Ohio State's corners, secondary. I know it's elite, but they can only guard receivers for so long. They need to get to the quarterback. Drew Aller is not the same quarterback he was last season. He's better. All right, Penn State's passing offense, 30th in the country, averaging 266 yards per game. Ohio State's pass defense, 8th in the country, 163.1 yards per game. Hopefully Burke has improved. I called it after the Oregon game. I guess that Nebraska would pick on him. They did. I guarantee you Penn State's going to pick on Burke as well. So he better be ready. And again, need to sack the quarterback. This secondary, it may be 8th in the country, but they can only cover these wide receivers for so long. Penn State's rushing offense, 29th in the country, averaging 197.1 yards per game. Noted that Nick Singleton and Katron Allen both have went for 100 yards, over 100 yards, versus AP top 25 teams. Luckily, Ohio State has a 6th ranked run defense, giving up only 91.3 yards per game. They better be laser focused this game. Katron Allen and Nick Singleton, no joke, they will hurt you. Penn State's 3rd down offense, out of 80 attempts, they've been successful on 40. Ohio State's 3rd down defense, 20th in the country, out of 100 attempts, 32 have been converted on them. Sacks allowed for Penn State, they've only allowed 7 all year. Team sacks for Ohio State, they're 21st in the country, 20 sacks for the season, averaging 2.86 per game. Again, Jim Knowles sends the blitzes, get to the quarterback. Penn State's red zone offense, 16th in the country. Ohio State's red zone defense, 10th in the country. Penn State cannot settle for field goals. That's how Nebraska lost. They need to figure out ways to get in the end zone. So, time possession for Penn State, 28th in the country. Keys for Ohio State to win: isolate Abdul Carter, establish the run game, shut down Allen Singleton, stick to what works. So, Ryan Day, if passing works and you got that team on the ropes, keep going. Don't let up. Don't go to the run game. That's been a problem the last 2 games. Penn State keys for a win: control time possession, keep that high-powered Ohio State passing game off the field. Can't settle for field goals. That's how Nebraska lost. Take notes, learn from it. You gotta convert those red zone visits to touchdowns. And exploit the left side of the line like Nebraska did. All right? So, at the end of the day, my prediction is this is going to be a dogfight to the end, a defensive dogfight. And the final score, Ohio State is going to get it done in Happy Valley, 27-24.